Hello there, Gary here from Book Mob. And today's episode, I'm going to be talking about what I got my kids to read over the school summer break. Now, during the summer break, obviously there are plenty of things the kids can do, but I just wanted to at least get some reading time in for them during the day. So I came up with a plan to get them to read 40 minutes per day in their own, in one sitting. Also, I gave them access to my library. Also, took them to a bookshop to see if there was anything they wanted to read. And initially, there was a little bit of resistance, even though my kids do have a history of reading. It's sort of tended to take a back seat to a lot of the other activities that they enjoy doing. So anyway, I made it my job this summer to get them back into reading. And so when they found out that I was going to go through with it, they really wanted to find something that they liked, obviously. So at the end of the day, they both picked the same book. So they would read in turns. One boy would read 40 minutes, and then my other lad would read his first 40 minutes after him. So I've got two bookmarks in the same book. Anyway, the book they chose to read was, in fact, a graphic novel. Now, I consider graphic novels literature. I consider them a text worthy of reading. I mean, there is obviously the distraction of the actual illustrations, but this particular book is filled with dialogue, filled with characterizations, filled with storytelling, and so far it's proven to be a great way to introduce them to graphic novels. And the one they chose was this is Walking Dead Compendium 1. And in fact, I've actually ordered Compendium 2 due to the success of the last 10 days of constant reading. Now, when you look at The Walking Dead, the boys haven't actually seen they know about the TV series, but they haven't seen it. They know about the video games, but they haven't seen it. And I guess through various cultural pods and things like that, they know about some of the characters and they do understand what it's about. And indeed, there are some very intense graphic creations in here. There are obviously sexual themes, there's violence, and you've got the Walking Dead, dead people walking. But at the end of the day, it's a story. And I think it's a very successful story in the sense that there's multiple characters, multiple incidents, multiple events, multiple settings. And for both my kids, one's 15 and the other one's 12, and they have thoroughly enjoyed it. And in fact, they are reading in their own time, other than the 40 minutes first discussed at the beginning of the summer. So I've been very, very impressed with their feedback. They do talk to me about it. They do ask me about characters. I don't hover them while they read. I let them go to their room and have their own time, their 40 minutes for reading. And like I said, first couple of days, 40 minutes, yes, but now it's up to at least an hour. And occasionally in the morning, one of them will get up and read the book. And, so they're both at separate pages and separate parts of the story. And they're starting to talk about it amongst themselves just during the day. So I think it's been a good choice for them. I was a bit reticent at first, but at the end of the day, they're reading, they're talking, they're understanding characters, they're enjoying the language, and they're having fun. And I think it's been well worthwhile for me to, actually make a statement. I'm not forcing them to read, but I guess I'm forcing them to spend 40 minutes of their full day in the summer reading. And hopefully when Compendium 2 turns up, they'll also get stuck into that. But Tom, I'll see. I'm just happy that my sons are engaging in literature, engaging in a text, and we've all got something to talk about, and we have talked about it. If we go swimming in the pool, it'll come up, and we'll talk about they'll ask me questions about characters. Is this the same? Is that the same? They're very interested now, obviously, in the TV series. But at the end of the day, I've said, no, you've got to finish I want you to read it first, and come to me. I don't know, maybe in a few more months or so, and we'll see about the TV series. But the whole exercise, of course, is to get away from the screens and their devices and their eyes and noses into books. So I've been very, very pleased with their enthusiasm for reading, which has picked up. I mean, they've had a history of reading, but at the end of the day, I think devices take away. They're a great deal more interesting, I suppose, than boring books. And now I'm just showing them that, no, books aren't boring. Books can be fun. It's a different way of accessing your imagination. And I think it's fantastic that the Walking Dead graphic novel can at least go some way to competing with the electronic culture that kids are now growing up with and dealing with and living with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for the next episode of Book Mob. Thanks a lot.